It's crazy, right? Like when a hurricane hits, the one thing you need is solid information. But
Absolutely.
man, these last couple of storms, Helene and Milton, they really showed how fast rumors and fake news can take over. Just when folks need the real deal the most.
Yeah, it's like add panic to an already chaotic situation, and it just amplifies everything.
Exactly. And we're actually diving deep into a story from the Daily Beast that highlights this exact problem in North Carolina. After Hurricane Helene, things got, well, kind of scary. An armed guy was arrested for allegedly threatening FEMA workers. It's like, come on, man, they're there to help.
Oh, wow. That's intense.
Yeah, so this guy, Jacob Parsons, he was packing like an assault rifle and a handgun at a gas station in Polk County. And this was just days after FEMA had to move their people because of, get this, rumors of some armed militia going after them.
Seriously, I mean, it's understandable that people get anxious, especially with storms and all, but that's a whole other level.
Totally. And get this, Fox 8 reported that a gas station worker was so freaked out by Parsons that they called for help. Active duty soldiers were nearby and had to get involved. I mean, that's how on edge everyone was.
Right. That really paints a picture of the tension and fear that was gripping the community. It's easy to see how a single incident can escalate when people are already primed to believe the worst.
No kidding. And it makes you think, what does this do to the people who actually need FEMA's help? The hurricane victims.
Exactly. Imagine you're in a place devastated by a hurricane. You need food, water, shelter, everything. But you're hearing these stories, these rumors about armed groups. Would you even leave your house to look for help?
Right, the fear could be paralyzing. It could literally stop people from getting the help they desperately need.
Exactly. And it puts even more strain on relief efforts that are already stretched to the limit. Now they're dealing with security threats and trying to debunk wild rumors on top of everything else. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline.
And it gets even crazier. The Washington Post had this piece about how a GOP rep had to step up and fact-check a Fox News host who was spreading false info about hurricane aid.
It's unfortunate, but misinformation during disasters is often weaponized for political gain.
So it's not just random rumors, right?
Sadly, no. It's calculated, it's divisive, and it makes an already challenging situation 1,000 times worse because now you've got people questioning who to trust, what to believe.
And it has real-world consequences. Like the Washington Post article said that FEMA staff had to evacuate for a while because of these threats, even though they were bogus in the end.
That's the danger of misinformation. It can cause real harm, waste valuable resources, and undermine the entire recovery process.
It's scary, honestly. And it makes you think, what can we even do? How do we deal with this tidal wave of misinformation, especially during a crisis?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
How do we become more resilient, more discerning? Because the truth is, it's on all of us. It's about personal responsibility, being critical of what we see and hear,
Mhm.
especially online. Don't just share something because it's shocking or confirms our biases.
Like, check the source, think for a second, right?
Exactly. And that's where community comes in, too. We need to support each other, rely on verified sources of information, and create a space where critical thinking isn't just accepted, it's encouraged.
That's a great point. If we all do our part, maybe we can at least help ensure that the people who need help the most can get it without having to wade through a sea of misinformation and fear.
Absolutely. It's a collective effort, for sure.